Hi, I'm Nathan, and this is the AR Minute from AWE EU. Today I'm talking with Muki Kulhan of Muki International. Can you tell us a little bit about what all the things that you do at Muki International in the metaverse and at AWE?
Yes, indeed. So in that order, I'm Chief Innovation Officer and an executive XR Metatech producer and a creative technologist at my own company called Muki International. My background comes from MTV, BBC, media entertainment, music industry, sport, and I've been at the beginning of a lot of emerging technologies and integrating that with fan experiences. So like launching websites in the 90s to red button sense to live streaming, etc. So I don't want to say digital dinosaur, but I like to say, I guess, early days. The second bit was around the M word. We have a swear jar here at AWE for anyone that says the full word. And then the loser,
M word?
The M word, the loser buys a drink. The loser buys the rounds of drinks. So
Is
I
that
imagine
metaverse?
on your show, you'd be having you'd be broke and having to take out a mortgage, remortgage your house, and et cetera. So my role, I feel, is pretty much, around key collaboration, working with folks that we know behind software, hardware, technologies, and tying in the ethics and diversity and inclusion, and making things a good, safe, fun place, whatever that may be, whenever that may be. It is about engagement and interactivity and inclusivity and across formats and mediums and worlds. And I don't feel that M word is one place. It's definitely not here yet. And it's definitely a long way to go if, by definition, interoperability could potentially hold things down.
Yeah.
Or if major players start to work together, we may be surprised over the next few years.
So what's your dream for the M word?
The M word, again, I think it's, mentioning this throughout our chat already, is around inclusivity and safety and awareness and things working. It really, to me, my opinion, the M word does not exist yet. There's a long way to go. We are all in this together, and to help create these spaces together. I don't feel it's one space. It's not one word. I like to call this phase where we are in the industry the miniverse. I don't know, that's been used. That you could take that one too. Yeah, the miniverse. Where we're plugging in all these little ideas and I'm going to give some case studies around a great proof of concept today, but it's about throwing the spaghetti against the wall, see what sticks, see how we can work together, and maybe if we don't, see who else you can work with. Ultimately, if this bigger space and world exists, and by definition in our technology and architecture and infrastructure terms, it needs to happen with interoperability. We're a very long way off. I give great examples of a really great example of my personal experiences of how interoperability does not exist yet, when I've got a colleague working on Microsoft Teams who can't even open a Google Doc. Thank you, and scene. Anyway, let's meet once a year and see how we get in this trajectory and have a 10-year plan, me and you.
Deal.
And then we can see where that goes.
So Muki, the next question, unfortunately, is a little more grave, and you're here speaking, right, about the need for diversity, about the need for access, about the need for maybe iterative approach to XR rather than an all-in-one, metaverse in 20 years. What is your responsibility and actions to address these kind of sticky issues as you're advising people about what the metaverse will be?
Yeah, I love that you asked that question, because not many people even think about that. And I feel like my responsibility as an executive producer at a Metatech level, advising the C-suites, being one of the C-suites. I sit on a lot of advisory boards, I sit on a lot of committees, and I feel, I am definitely can contribute, and being one of those people to enforce responsibility and enforce the all welcome here, and hopefully help with a lot of standards and frameworks that can help bring the language together, bring the infrastructure and the architecture together to actually create a space. And I'm gonna re-emphasize that all welcome here. And I don't care who you are, if you should be able to step into a room, step into this place, go get a coffee there and not feel judged or threatened or afraid to speak up. There are ways to take tiny little steps to get to that bigger picture of something. And that's how I like to work anyway, and just plugging those pieces together. But it really needs to be a little bit of a unified system. Now, people will always be breaking rules, no matter what. You know, thinking about like, oh, you can't go through a red light. That's kind of everywhere in the world, right? No matter where you live in the world. If you go through the red light, there's gonna be a penalty.
Yeah.
And then you have to face the consequences of your actions.
Yeah.
There still needs to be some guidance and some infrastructure in place.
Yeah.
You just have to also look at, you know, your team. Who are you bringing into your team?
Yeah.
If you're getting investment, who are those investors? Look at their background, look at their ethics. Do they match your values and morals? And
you're putting the values at the top and making sure that they come all the way
I'm
down.
also
So
thinking
thank
of
you.
where you start as well. And like,
You
how,
have to.
how do you meet halfway and then go this direction? Yeah, you do.
So
Yeah.
that's perfect. Oh my gosh. Congrats, you made it to the last question.
Oh, great. I don't want to stop.
I know, we'll definitely have to do this again.
Yeah, once a year for the next 10 years. We've already have it recorded.
10-year plan. So Muki, fill in the blank. The future is?
The future is something incredible because we're building it together.
Wow. Thank you so much for joining us on the Air a Minute. It's been an absolute pleasure.
We could do one of these
Oh
like
my gosh.
analog.
Please cut out the DAP. We did that very bad. I
That's right.
love it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for supporting AWE and the XR industry.